Hey parents, I'm Mr. Owens. I just wanted to make a quick video introducing you to the class, tell you what to expect with your students, maybe how best to help them keep them on track, and how you can be a parent observer in Canvas and kind of get used to what you're going to see in the class.
I just want to take some time to kind of give you an overview of what my class is going to look like, tell you a little bit about how a student can be successful, and just give you some general information about the class. So if you're watching this video, your student is enrolled in my biology or STEM physics class. So some of the words you might have heard is asynchronous and synchronous learning. That's how we're going to deliver our whole class instruction. They do differ a little bit. Asynchronous learning is going to typically be things that I've recorded, experiments that they're going to work on, any videos that I put up on there, and they can access those at any time. Synchronous is live sessions. So depending on what class period your student is in, they have a time that they can connect live, and we'll talk about how they're doing on some of the assignments, give a few little mini lessons, answer any questions, clarify some stuff, give feedback, typical live type stuff. So in a live setting, we might be talking about how an experiment would work. If they needed some help, some clarifications on it, we could do that. We could do that right there. We can share a screen. We can talk through things step by step. With asynchronous learning, I've recorded a video, recorded an experiment, and then when they have time, whether that's at 8 in the morning or 8 at night, they can access that and do that. So there's two ways that we're going to kind of split things up. We've got science investigations that are looking at patterns, observations. And that would be like that picture that I have there, asking them what the difference is, and then they would have to go further and decide why they see the differences. So they'd be working with graphs, they'd be working at charts, images, that type of thing. So traditional science, observational type things. Then we'll also have experiments when we're looking at cause and effect. Doing experiments during this time is a little weird, so a lot of the experiments I'll record, and they can view those. There will be a few that have limited materials that they might be able to do themselves at home, and we'll get to those when they arise, and they might have the ability to do those at home. So this is just a schedule that the school gave to us. I can kind of go through an example of this. So period 1, if your student had me during biology in period 1, they would, on Monday, they would go on to Canvas. On Canvas, I have the link to get to the Google Meet. They would join the Google Meet. When they would get in there, they would see that we had a question, do now question. They would answer that, and then we would start class. And when we start class, we would usually be talking maybe about a recap of the previous session. We would be introducing new material. We would be doing check-ins on assignments before, and then we would be delivering the content for that day. And that might be they could watch a video of the assignment that we're doing, and then get the assignment of what's going on for that particular day. Then down here, 12:30 to 2 o'clock, that's time that they could get some office hours help, small group study groups, one-on-one time, that type of thing. So for students, I guess my biggest advice is communication is key. If they're going to need help, they need to reach out to me, send me an email, and then we can schedule a one-on-one session. They can schedule a session with you, and we can meet and discuss anything that they need to. So for student feedback, it's a little bit different in an online setting. So there's lots of different pieces to feedback. One of the easiest ones is when we do our Google Meets. The chat is going to be a great place to get feedback. Some students are very hesitant to talk on a Google Meet. but they're usually okay with sending a little chat message during that Google Meet time, and we can definitely work with that. That's a fantastic resource. Another thing that we'll be able to do is quick little meetings. If they need to schedule a 5-10 minute meeting during office hours, that's really easy to do, and that's a great way to get questions answered. Asynchronously, we'll have little quizzes that they can take, and I'll be able to see how they're doing, give feedback. I'll try to get out surveys every couple weeks or so just to see how they're doing. If we need to change the delivery methods to suit some students better. So that's just kind of a feedback from students. And then email is obviously another great way that we can talk back and forth and give some feedback. So in a science class, we typically have a lot of small group type stuff. We're still going to try to do small group type stuff in this setting. The way that it'll look is we have breakout rooms where the students will be with 4 to 5 other students, and they'll be working on assignment, discussing things, that type of thing. And we also have Google Apps, Google Docs, Google Slides, where all those students can work on the same document collaboratively in real time if they're all on at that time. So we're still going to work on small group type stuff even in this setting. So a few tips on how students can be successful in this class. Engaging with the class. I know it's kind of a weird way to do it. Some of them are not really useful. They're a little hesitant to talk on camera, but if they engage with the class, just go out and try it. They're going to do a lot better. They need to be able to self-direct themselves, make sure that they are checking in. They're getting online. They're learning from the feedback that I'm giving them. They're actually going in and looking at the feedback. And then when they need to get help, they reach out for help. I haven't been able to figure out how to read minds yet, so they've got to reach out for help when they need it, and then we can get stuff squared away. So when they reach out for help, the best way we could do like a one-on-one thing would be during office hours, 1 to 2 daily. We can get those scheduled real easy. My contact information is howens@thurston.k12.wa.us. I can respond to emails pretty quick. And another great way that you can stay up to date is becoming a Canvas observer. And I will show you what that means here in a little bit. All right, I want to show you guys what Canvas is going to look like. So as the students bring that up, or if you guys log in to bring that up, you'll be able to put in username and password and log in. Also, as a parent, if you want to click on parent of a Canvas user, you'll be able to sign up for an account there and then be able to observe your student's account. So let's see what this is going to look like when the students log in. So they would see something like this where they would have their classes on there. Let's click on biology and let's look at what biology looks like. So when they go into biology, the way that it's going to be set up, it's going to have their current module that we're working on, and then they can click on that and see what assignments we're working on for that week. They can look at the previous one to catch up on anything that they missed or anything that they need to review. We're going to have Google Meet links right there. They can click on that, and during their synchronous time, they can get right in the Google Meets by clicking that. And then I also have lots of different videos that can help them with certain questions that they have. It'll go step by step. It'll show them how to do that. Down at the bottom, here's some more information for parents if you want to figure out how to sign up for Canvas. So if your student logs in, you can click on that link and it'll give you some information on how to do that. So let's look at this real quick and see what students are going to see. So they open up this module 0. It'll take them to a page that has the modules that we're working on, and it'll have a header that tells us what we're working on this week. So they can go in there and they can see that the week of September 19th or the September 9th, we're going to work on this stuff. This one right here, introduce yourself to your classmates, already has a due date on there. That's due September 13th and it's worth 10 points. They can go into there, they can do the assignment, turn it in, and they're good to go. One other thing that I wanted to show you guys that's going to be, I think is really useful, is this calendar over here. So if we open up that calendar, This is mine from last year, just so that you can see what it looks like. But I turned on 3 of my classes. So I have my sports medicine class, I have a physics class, and I have a biology class that are all clicked on. So that's going to show me everything that's due, and it's going to show me if it gets crossed out, it shows me that I've handed that in. So for the 8th, Monday the 8th, this test was due and it's crossed out. So that means if you would see that, that means that the student has taken that quiz, they've turned it in, it's good to go. An example of something that hasn't been turned in, this one that says option 2, hand in the additive assignment. That has not been turned in because it's not crossed off. So that just gives you a good way to see in all the classes what they're missing, what they've turned in, and what they're doing. So I could go over here, and if I want to turn off the sports medicine class and I want to turn off the physics class, I just want to see what's going on in biology. Those turn off, and I can see what's going on there. So this calendar, I think it can be really useful for both parents and students. All right. Hopefully I covered some of the basic stuff. If you have questions that come up, just send me an email and I can send you an email back. We can talk about things, and then we can go from there. But talk to you later.